your community radio station. That last hour, I just been playing music from 2015. I've been here doing this 10 years. So with that, each week I've been playing music from each year. And this is 2015, this last hour, all music from the Kansas City music scene, community, and tracks from that year. So I hope you enjoyed that so far. We're not done. We still got up until 10 o'clock, but here, coming up at 9 o'clock, like I mentioned, we're going to play some tracks from a boy called Killian. We're going to get Shane Radford on the phone, and we're going to chat to him about this EP and play some more tracks and get all the details. So that's coming up next here. This is a boy called Killian. The name of the song is Towards the Sun. That was a boy called Killian. The name of the song is What Is Tomorrow. We're talking to Shane Radford from the band A Boy Called Killian. We're getting all the details about the band. It's basically your work. I mean, it sounds like a full band. You obviously played all the instruments on these tracks, but you tell us how you're doing it. It's synthesizer driven, it's drum machine driven, and that was your focus, but kind of give us some insight about that.
Yeah, so most of my musical career, I've been in a lot of rock bands. I mentioned a little bit ago, my main one was Lost in the City. Released 2 albums with them, went on, a few different tours nationally. But I wanted to get out of my box, and I wanted to challenge myself to write an entire release, so this 4-song EP, without picking up a guitar. So nice. I wanted to kind of switch to using keys and making everything really percussion-driven. So I took a lot of time actually studying different, percussion patterns, ways to make things sound, what they call ghost notes, make things feel more full. And I just kind of, sat down with, a synth and started just kind of pounding away track by track, writing kind of the same way I would a rock song, 2 guitars, a bass, drums, but using synths that are in those same kind of frequencies. And so filling it out that way as opposed to building it out with organic instruments.
You're doing that quite well. It's kind of layered out. It's hard to believe that you're doing all that, especially even with the first song you played with the background that sounded like children. I thought you went out and got some child chorus, and doing that. That is quite amazing and brilliant how you've done that and been able to use the technology to create this work. It's just amazing. So we played 2 songs. We played Towards the Sun. We played What Is Tomorrow. I'm taking this, you got Landslide and it says cover. So is that a cover song? I'm guessing.
Yeah. So that's a cover of Fleetwood Mac's Landslide. Kind of the reason I chose to cover that song was my grandma, she passed away towards the beginning of the pandemic, and she introduced me to Fleetwood Mac, and I absolutely loved this song. So the Christmas before she passed away, I actually recorded a really, really rough version of it so that she could listen to it at the nursing home. And, I just felt like it was an appropriate type of, public release that I could dedicate to my grandma to just kind of bring everything full circle, because so much of what I love doing in music and so much of the encouragement that I've gotten throughout my entire life has come from my grandma. She's, pushed me. She showed me, music from the 50s and 60s growing up that kind of really got me into wanting to learn how to play guitar and make rock and roll and do all this type of other stuff.
So, that is beautiful. That is really beautiful. This is A Boy Called Killian. The name of the song is Landslide, so you might recognize it. So, here we go.
I took my love, I took it down.
That is beautiful. That is Landslide, famous song by Fleetwood Mac, but that is your version. It is beautiful and unique, and it's dedicated to your grandma as well. You did quite a good job on that. So,
yeah, thanks so much on that one.
That is really great. That is wonderful. And if you just tuned in, we're talking to Shane Radford from A Boy Called Killian. We played 3 songs so far. We played Towards the Sun, we played What Is Tomorrow, and then that last one was Landslide. And we're getting all the details behind this project that he's put together. Where, if we want to find you on the internet, where would we go?
Yeah, so I mean, you can really find me anywhere. You know, you can find me on Facebook, YouTube, any major streaming service I'm a part of. So, you know, if you want to go to whatever you're subscribed to, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever, I'm there. So.
Okay, A Boy Called Killian is what it is, correct?
Yes, Boy Called Killian.
And you could find this music there. And we played, like I said, we played 3 songs so far. We got another one lined up, but I wanted to ask you, are you going to continue doing this project and working on more music as A Boy Called Killian?
Yeah, I think so. Just, you know, like I said, when I started this, I was lost in the city. We decided to hit the pause button. We're still hitting the pause button because we're all still doing our own thing. And I think this year I'm really going to focus on doing Boy Called Killian. So I'm aiming here in the next month or 2 to start recording some new stuff in the studio again and hopefully have something out by the end of spring. And I really want to just keep releasing more stuff throughout the year.
This is exciting, so we'll be looking forward to that as well. So, again, Shane Radford, A Boy Called Killian. We played 3 songs, Towards the Sun, What Is Tomorrow, Landslide. We got the last song lined up. It's called City Lights. Do you want to give us an introduction to that?
Yeah, so it's kind of a song about my just shock and awe of, you know, what it's like touring the nation. You know, kind of all the crazy things that you like hear about happening from these bands that hop in a van, 4 guys, and just kind of travel the nation. It's like totally true, but from like a much more like geeky and pure perspective, if that even makes sense. But
right.
The whole song is about me just being in all these crazy situations that I could have never imagined, such as like playing a pool party for one of the animators at one of the big animation studios in America, you know, probably one that everybody has heard of. They have theme parks. So playing a pool party for somebody like that, seeing the kind of people that come to that pool party was just insane and mind-blowing. And then kind of going through down the list, playing a show on Hollywood Boulevard, and right out in front of the venue, the star on the Walk of Fame, right out in front of the venue is Freddie Mercury. So just kind of the whole shock and awe of, you know, having these big city lights all around you all the time when you're on tour, and just kind of learning how to deal with that and take it in.
That is quite interesting. The name of the song is City Lights. The name is A Boy Called Killian. Yes, that is A Boy Called Killian. The name of the song is City Lights. We've been talking with Shane Radford, getting the details about this project, A Boy Called Killian. I want to thank you for taking the time to do this interview. And if you have new music coming out pretty soon, let us know about that as well.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, John. Always a blast talking to you.
It was fun. And then when we get the chance and we're allowed to have guests back in the studio, we'll certainly have you here as a guest in the studio as well. So we'll be looking forward to that. So
yeah, hopefully I've got something new for you to spin by then.
Sounds great. Like I said, A Boy Called Killian. You can be found on the internet anywhere. Again, thanks. We'll be looking forward to spinning this music as well as hearing some more music in the future.
Yeah, thanks, John. Have a good one.
You too. Thanks.